Well, first of all, we need to define what a heritage artifact is. A heritage artifact is a culturally or historically important object to a large group of people. This would be like the Statue of Liberty, Machu Picchu, or the Great Wall of China here on Earth. But in our case, this would be major artifacts on the moon, like the capsules from Apollo 18 or 11, or like the Lunar 4 or 9 probes.
But why are these artifacts important at all? First of all, they have major historical significance not only to the residing countries, but to mankind in general as our first steps beyond Earth. The artifacts also hold scientific data, especially about long-term effects on staying on the moon.
How are they endangered at all? They are 250,000 miles from Earth. They seem to be as safe as they could possibly be, but actually they are in a multitude of dangers.
There are private companies making their way into space right now. There's a Google Lunar X Prize, a race to the moon held by Google for private companies that in fact receive a bonus if they land by an Apollo site. There's also SpaceX, a privately funded rocket that connected with the International Space Station. Now, space tourism is also a possibility, as civilian flights to space are becoming closer to reality, as private companies are working on this right now. Virgin Galactic is a company working on civilian space flights, and they've already made a vehicle to do so.
Once these missions start heading to the moon, any of them could accidentally interact and destroy some heritage artifacts on the moon.
So how should we protect them? Well, first, we need to go back to some space law history. The United Nations already has an international treaty regarding space. The Outer Space Treaty of 1967 states that nobody can claim or own land outside of Earth. That all of space, including the moon, is free for all mankind.
But any object sent into space is still property of whoever sent it and is their responsibility.
So that means we can't protect the land Apollo 11 is on, the Sea of Tranquility, but we would be able to protect the capsule and items themselves.
So here's our plan on what we should do regarding the heritage artifacts and how to preserve them. First, we need each nation to claim their artifacts on the moon and list what they believe are their heritage artifacts. That way, we could get them onto an international registry. But that wouldn't be every object they have on the moon. This would be the culturally or scientifically important, the things that are iconic in history.
Then we need to make international standards on how to handle these objects. That would include having objects off-limit, the iconic, like the Apollo 11 capsule. We put safety measures on landing near heritage artifacts, minimum distances in case they go off course. As well as these international standards, each nation would be allowed to have added rules regarding handling of their artifacts and other things they left. The rules could involve limiting the amount samples someone could take from their non-heritage artifact objects they left behind.